Yo, I just want to say, if you're one of the unlucky ones to have attended Coachella this year, I kind of feel sorry for you. But not really that much, because a lot of y'all should be smart enough to know now that it's all hype and it's all about money. When I saw this year's lineup, I said to myself, what the heck is Blackpink doing on a Coachella lineup? Now, I know that this is about to get a lot of backlash. I know that there's a lot of Blackpink K-pop fans out there. And I'm pretty sure that this video is going to get a lot of hate. Let me be very careful with the images and the videos that I put up, because I can see that YouTube is definitely changed in the way they allow us to share content. But can we also pan to Blackpink going off key? I don't know, yo. I don't know. I know that Coachella is trying to flag everything. Let's just start off by saying, if you wanted to pay $600 for a concert in the desert, I mean, that's cool. It's supposed to be one of the biggest festivals of the year. But let's be real, people. Let's be real. That's just a ridiculous price to have to pay. I remember back in the days, and I don't want to date myself, but let's just say I remember when the tickets were a lot cheaper than that. But of course, as Coachella has gone on to become more famous, they can charge what they want. Now, when they put Blackpink on their lineup, I said to myself, when has Coachella ever been about promoting something that's obviously just for money? I thought that they took pride in promoting independent artists that came from the ground up, not manufactured artists that were obviously created in a laboratory, that lip sync. I mean, like, that's what I'm saying, man. Coachella has now reached a point to where you guys are now booking lip syncing acts. Milli Vanilli was not that far off. They might have been ahead of the time. You see, back when Milli Vanilli used to perform, we used to not like lip syncing. But I guess the reason why they got canceled was because it wasn't really them singing. My question is that really them singing too? But that'll be a whole nother topic. But I will say that, man, come on, let's just be honest, yo. From the Bad Bunny and Post Malone technical glitch to the speech that he made about Kendall Jenner, to the Tyler, the Creator, his mic not on, having whatever his name was, some engineer sound guy running behind him trying to connect something while Tyler's jumping around the stage, which is really funny. Blackpink going off key multiple times. I watched their whole set, yo, because I made sure that before I critique that performance, I'm going to watch the whole set. Times where the track on the audio was louder than the track that they were actually singing. Frank Ocean, let's not even get into that, yo. Hasn't done a show in, what were they saying, over 5 years? So the anticipation, the hype is really high. He was supposed to perform in, 2020? But obviously it was canceled due to the pandemic. So now here we are a few years later, and everybody's hyped about Frank Ocean's performance. Now, I'm a Frank Ocean fan. I'm not going to lie. I like Frank Ocean. But I will say this, though, that I'm glad that I didn't trip to go see that. I was like, I looked at this lineup. I said, I ain't paying for that. I mean, come on. I've been to Coachella a few times, and let me just say, not to toot my own horn, but I never paid. I only go if I get on the guest list. But let me say this, though. This lineup right here, I was already saying where all the rappers at. I noticed that Coachella stayed away from all rappers this year, except for, I was going to say Frank, but he's not really a rapper. Even though he came from Odd Future, but he's not really a rapper. Let's just say, from all those technical difficulties, those glitches, those sounds, I've never seen Coachella promote more lip-syncing artists than ever before. Let's get into the fact that Frank Ocean goes on set an hour late, right? So everybody's standing there waiting for him for an hour. I can only imagine standing out there for an hour waiting for him to get on stage. He finally gets on stage, does from from what I'm hearing from a lot of the fans, does a subpar, lackluster performance. Although there were some notes that he hit. And then he gets kicked off stage due to curfew because I guess all the neighbors and the people that actually live in Indio Palm Springs don't want to hear that nonsense all night, which I don't blame them.
Guys are being told it's curfew, so that's the end of the show. Thank you so much.
So he starts an hour late and then gets shut down. Does a tribute speech about his brother. Him and his brother, you know, they would have been really happy for him to be there, of course, because he said, according to him, from what it sounds like Frank Ocean ain't even a fan of Coachella. It sounded like he ain't a fan of it. He didn't even want to be there. It sounds like he just did the show for his brother. Okay, but then on top of that, then YouTube pulls the plug, or Coachella pulls the plug and says that we're going to cancel or we're not going to show Bjork or Frank Ocean, which is so interesting because Bjork was actually one of the OGs of Coachella. So you ain't going to stream that performance and you're not going to stream Frank Ocean. You know what? I didn't really care, to be honest with you, because I was doing other things at 10 o'clock at night last night, and I didn't really have time to watch his set anyways. I said, you know what? I'll watch his set later. And then when I found out that Coachella wasn't even going to stream it, I said, well, I guess I can go focus on more important things then, right? But man, oh man, I could just imagine the letdown. I mean, people are waiting to see Frank Ocean's set, and then literally hours before his set time, YouTube goes and posts this on Twitter. Pretty amazing, right, people? Pretty amazing. I thought overall that it was lame. I felt overall that it's overpriced, that it's getting overrated. I think that whoever's running Coachella now, the people that are running it now, do not care about the music anymore. All they care about are ticket sales and the hype. Obviously, if you paid this much money to go see a bunch of DJs push buttons and a bunch of artists lip sync, what can I tell you? The music industry, for some other lack of a better word, I would say, is trash now. It's just more and more situations like this just prove to me that the music industry is becoming trash. Like Metro Boomin said, okay, or I've seen Metro Boomin perform once, right? His shows are always hype. He's a good hype man. He gets the crowd going. He's got beats that got people jumping. I give him that. But it's like, come on, man. All you doing is you going to Coachella with your laptop and you just pushing buttons. Pushing buttons. It's like, man, bring. I don't know, yo. I don't know. I saw one tweet where someone said that Coachella stopped being Coachella after 2015. That might be somewhat true. Oh, well, no, that was a rockhead. Yeah, but I mean, look at some of these. Wow, and if you look at before, Coachella had U2. Yeah, Elton John, 9 Inch Nails. I mean, these are like real bands that don't lip sync at all, I'm pretty sure. And you could see just by looking at their lineups from before that they were never really a hip-hop festival. They never really catered to hip-hop anyway. So I guess we can't be surprised that there weren't any rappers on this set. I will say one highlight for this, though, is that I did attend Coachella in the metaverse. That was interesting. It was pretty fun. I mean, there's still a lot that needs to be worked on in the metaverse, but at least I can see that this is the future of where we're going. I guess I can't be too upset because I did see one of Coachella's lineups, and they did have Paris Hilton on one of their lineups, so that's pretty interesting. But they also have Frank Ocean a while back, too. So, yeah, the technical difficulties, the sets were just crazy. And then when Bad Bunny went on stage and said that thing about Kendall Jenner, I thought that was really interesting. But then again, they were walking around holding hands and stuff. But it's like, I heard from some people that he was gay. So it's like, is that really true that they're dating? Because, you know, we can tell when stuff looks real and something looks funky about that whole situation. I think that they're just friends. And that's cool. And that's cool, man. Maybe they're kissing friends too. Who knows? But I don't think that there's anything really real about that, and then that's why he went up there and said that on the stage. But yeah, Frank, how are you going to make fans wait that long to come see you? You take that long to come on stage. It's like, what, did you guys perform your whole set before you performed? You know, they must have rehearsed the set again before they went on stage to make sure everything was working right. To still just be cut short. I could just imagine being out there, being a fan, waiting all day, all night, all weekend for Frank Ocean to hit the stage, and then all of a sudden, an hour or so late, finally starts the set and cuts it short due to curfew. Man, those fans got to be pissed. But you know what? He announced a new album, somewhat. And I'm sure that made everybody happy. And as soon as he drops it, which I would suggest he does as soon as possible, all his fans will forget. I must say that I've already felt this way a few years ago, that Coachella has fallen off. But after this previous weekend's festival, I think it's almost safe to say that Coachella has definitely fallen off. And if you're going to Coachella, yeah, it's probably more so for the experience. It's not really for the music. The music is just fun. But come on, man, y'all got to do something about this lineup. When I saw Blackpink on this, and again, like I said, this is no disrespect to Blackpink fans. Let me just make that clear. To be honest with you, other than the lip syncing, the going off key, falling flat on a lot of the vocals, the audio track being louder than the original vocals, them, you know, really just lip syncing the whole time, I actually found their set to be somewhat entertaining. But I do not think that a K-pop or any pop band, American pop band, whatever you want to do, European, American, Korean, I do not believe that a pop band belongs on a Coachella stage. It just makes no sense to me. I don't think that that's where Coachella came from. I can't see you guys going from Rage Against the Machine, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Beyonce, 9 Inch Nails, Wu-Tang, whatever, to that. I can't see it. I don't understand that. Like I said, Coachella is supposed to be about bringing the best of up-and-coming artists, independent artists. That's where I believe Coachella came from. You guys putting a K-pop band on that was obviously manufactured is just ridiculous to me. But I will say this, though, in my conclusion to this, is that underrated performances of Coachella, though, was Pusha T and Suicide Boys. I really enjoyed their set. These two were the most underrated performances of the night. Pusha T's performance was great, and I really feel that he should have deserved a later set time. And Idris Elba, I didn't get a chance to check his DJ set, but that would have been interesting. But yeah, moving forward, I mean, we still got the second weekend coming up, but I will say that just be prepared next time. Before you guys go and you run to the Ticketmaster and you go and you buy your tickets and you're like, oh, it's Coachella. Just ask yourself the truth. Are you really going there for the artists? Are you really just going there for, because you want the experience? Or are you really just going there for the hype? Ask yourself that question.